Good evening, VPG! Match day number 14, if my maths is correct, and it usually isn't, so it could be any match day. I think it's 14. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Even those of you weirdly asking for my build, specifically my build. I don't know why anyone would want that, but I do know what the people want. The good people want second versus fourth. And we've actually got two lots of second versus fourth tonight. MERCIER taking on EXITO is game number 1 tonight. MERCIER we haven't seen for a long time, so welcome back. EXITO, we see these guys a lot, and rightly so as well, even though they'll be the first to admit their game last night wasn't the most thrilling. Boys, one chance only to change that. You know what to do. You know what to do. A very interesting first game for you coming up in about 2 or 3 minutes. Moving swiftly on. Yeah, MERCIER are a good side. It is Gala versus FENIX. I was thinking how many times we've watched both of these sides, and I checked their history. They've played each other 15 times. This is game number 16 between these two historic sides. They've already played each other twice already this season. 3-0 win to Heritage and a 3-2 win to FENIX. So watch this one be 0-0. That is game number 2 around about 8:30 this evening. And then we've got 4th place first, not second anymore. First, NBD, top of that VPG Esports Premier. They're away from home, all the way over in Turkey tonight, taking on 4th place Monstars. It is MISA Esports. That's gonna be a banger. But our main event of the evening is the return of All-Star boys and girls. Look, some people call them 1-0 specialists. We call them addicted to winning, even though last time they were on the stream they did win 1-0. But NEOM, who I think genuinely might be our most streamed team this season, for some reason they always look tasty. They always look like they're going to deliver, and they did deliver. 3-0 win against GSK, by the way, at the back end of last week. So they've earned another shot, and yes, exactly that, a Shells-inspired all-star. Shells, look, I'm not throwing any shade, even though he didn't reply to my DM the other day. 3 goals in 18 games. If that man's not firing on all cylinders, then it just speaks volumes of how good this league is. Right, all of that to come. But first, gatekeeping the rest of the night is MERCIER and EXITO. I need to speak about Envezi. Envezi is our boy. 27 goals, 11 assists so far this season. They are in Elite A and the UK Premier as well. No losses in their last 7 games. And EXITO coming into this, 5 wins in 7, although 2 losses in their last 3 games. So they'll be looking to shake off some of that. And like I said, a 1-0 win against Digital last night. Not the prettiest, but I guess off the back of 2 losses, you would take anything. And they took all 3 points. Connolly, Dancing Dog, and Devo looked very good last night, and they have done all season, to be fair. 17 goals for Connolly and 10 goals for Devo is the strike partnership for EXITO. And MERCIER have got Calvin, as if Envezi wasn't enough, and an in-form Envezi as well. They've got themselves Calvin, who has turned out for, if you remember, it's SV Volt Birkenheim, that German team that were just so good 4, 5, 6 seasons ago. Yeah, he was at there, and then he went across to Digital, and wherever he's gone, he's just banged in the goals. He's got 3 in 10 so far for MERCIER, so signed partway through the season. And again, it's true strike forces, which hopefully means this should not be goalless. No gaffer tonight for MERCIER, although who am I seeing messaging in here? It's JS, the cameraman and co-manager for tonight, although Kaveen is there as well. So unless he's playing under some kind of alternate name, it might be Marta Diaz. I don't know. Can anyone confirm? Either way, they've got Soccer in there. We know that man. 12 assists for him this season, to go along with Kaveen's 14. So a very well balanced side as well. They've also signed Miller, who low-key Fangirl is one of our favourite centre midfielders. Alpi Boy is definitely one to watch at the back as well. Liam G, a very tidy goalkeeper. And on the EXITO side, I feel like we don't need to talk about them anymore. But how good was Tommy last night? He is their highest rated player for a reason. No longer is he underrated. Smudges snuck in to the top 3 rated players for EXITO as well, and also he's snuck into centre midfield. So there's me banging on about what a good decision it was to swap Smith and Tommy around. They've gone and swapped them back. Okay, fair enough. Brett Sheeran keeps his place in centre midfield alongside the gaffer, and Kiko comes back in tonight as well. There are your that's your team news. That's your whole history. And speaking of history, these two sides played each other earlier in the season, and they drew 1 apiece. So, a bit of a score to settle. Last time these boys will play each other this season. So, let's go out on a high, shall we? I'm feeling a good one. I'm feeling a good one. Right. First game of 4. Welcome in Yoran. Good timing. Good timing. And Viner as well. Where were you last night, Viner? To say we missed you is an understatement. JS gets his head on it. Tommy will recycle. CDM Tommy, that is, of course. It is EXITO in the all-white from right to left. Smudger is our official cameraman tonight. This man went for a centre midfielder over a centre-back. Thank me later. Chris C for EXITO over on that far side wins his side a throw-in. And, of course, that means MERCIER in the all-blue. MERCIER are... You just never know what you're going to get with them. I mean, no losses in 7, so you would think they would not pick up a loss here. Famous last words, he says. Welcome in, Connor. The legends tonight. Marta, out wide. Callie, bit of space. Cuts it back to the centre midfielder. Marta looking for striker's feet. Can't keep it in, so it will be a corner. MERCIER, an early chance to put some pressure on. 4th place EXITO. MERCIER, of course, 2nd in the league. And it's one of those things where I'm not surprised by it. I'm not surprised. MERCIER, I mean, if you can get this, a consistent MERCIER side, then absolutely. Absolutely. If they picked up the trophy, you would not be surprised. And yet here I am, surprised. Because... the likes of Class, the likes of EXITO are hitting heights this season. Black Sheep are top, obviously, so I'm discounting them because they are ahead of MERCIER. But it's a bit like the Esports Premier. When you start to look around, you start to say, oh, how are Digital 22nd? It's like, well, who are they going to replace? Answers on a postcard. Or just in the chat. 11 minutes in. 2nd corner in quick succession to MERCIER. Zolly with the clearance. Going to be picked up by the goal machine in Vezi. Twists and turns his way and falls to the centre-back JS. It is the opener for MERCIER. And left-footed strike by the centre-back, by the man with the boss build. There's a good build for you to get, Pacho. Go and get that man's build. 90 finishing, I reckon. Created by Invezi, finished by JS. 1-0 to MERCIER, who have looked the more likely, and I tell you what, they look likely again, as Calvin bears down on goal, goes near side, and an excellent save from Dizzy. Kept his composure. Cods, tell me about it. Tell me, if you missed my intro, he didn't reply to my DMs. Is that another save? No, it's not. I tell you what, that's... I'll keep the applause going. I don't know why it stopped. Did that hit the post? Another corner routine, which, to be quite frank, I mean, we saw corner routines last night. 3 corner routines, 3 goals. Good feat by Devo there. But MERCIER just chucking it in, and they're getting pleasure from it. So, Viner, that's the world's saddest news. I mean, look, there's always a seat. There's always a seat here. Just ask Brett Sheeran. My good mate, Brett. He was too good at this, so we had to sack him. And he failed upwards. He's now going to sign for EXITO. Cheers, Cards. Thank you very much, mate. Miller over the top. It's superb. Finds Calvin's feet. Squares it. Excellent defending from Zoddy. Unselfish. It's one of the words I would use to describe Calvin anyway. Bread Sheeran over the top. That's exquisite as well. Chris C. breaking into the box. Keeps it low. Held by Lim. Oh, no. Alpi's turned it behind. And sometimes if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. Chris C. shot with venom. And the rest is history, boys and girls. EXITO have got themselves back on level terms for a very unlikely source. I've not seen an own goal on this channel for quite some time. Alpi Boy, a very, very good defender, by the way. Can happen to any of us. One apiece then as things stand, just like it was in their first game this season. 25 minutes in, Mercier, EXITO 1-1. VPG, UK Premier, two of the best sides in the country. Second place, fourth respectively. Thomas looking for striker's feet. Kiko finds Connolly. Very quiet so far, but that's when he's at his most dangerous. Finds Devo, but JS is there. Cali will sweep up. Well, you know where I am, Chazza. You know where I am. Instead of spamming in the chat, come and put your money where your mouth is, innit? Kiko to Zoddy. You see this a lot with EXITO playing out from the back. That's what I'll call it. Giving Smudger, their gaffer, a slight heart attack there. But Tommy into Devo. Oh, MXCR. Tommy, bit of space to operate in for maybe the first time in this game. Viner plays centre-back, central defensive midfielder, and sometimes on the wing when he wants to. Because I think that setup is literally from about 2020. The last time I used Twitch. Thomas pops it out for a throw-in on that far side. EXITO back from being a goal down. Courtesy of an own goal. Tommy in there doing Tommy things. Wins it back for the boys in white. Bread Sheeran to this near side. MXCR to Connolly. About 90 yards from goal. Not really where he wants to be operating. Does have a very good goal return in the UK Premier. Not so much in Europe as we saw last night. He won't mind me saying. Alpi Boy in there. Wins it. Sets Calvin on his way. I don't think it really needed doing, truth be told. I don't think Calvin ever really had it under his spell, but... And it's the gaffer as well. We saw a red card last night. He will be on thin ice now for the rest of this game, and there's still a long way to go in this game. Alpi Boy, the goal scorer. Stop it now. Stop it. I'm not doing it. Dizzy stayed. Zolly heads behind. Good defending. Not very often you see Dizzy hesitating, but such is the quality in this back four. Ball goes behind. Zolly with the head again. Good defensive work. Marta picks up the loose ball. Swings it into the back post. There are players there. Headed down, and it is Calvin who turns it away. And it is Mercier who... It's not. It's Cali, the other centre-back. And once again, a centre-back has scored. I think that all three of them have scored now, but... Newsline reads, Mercier 2, EXITO 1. And Mercier restore that lead thanks to Cali. Connolly, slight suspicion of offside. The linesman's not interested. Liam G has to make the save. JS, Cali scoring in the right end. Alpi Boy scoring in the wrong end. All three Mercier centre-backs on the score sheet right now. As Zoddy looks to put his name on the score sheet as well. And I say it I say week in, week out. I say it day in, day out. Set piece routines in this game are so important. At this level anyway. At this level. Connolly at the back post. I mean, Ashton did enough. He did win it as well. So fair play. Forced to send it behind then for a corner. Look at the time. Referee's been very generous here. Letting EXITO take this corner. JS with the reverse header. Thomas flicks it on. And there is confirmation of halftime, boys and girls. It reads Mercier 2, EXITO 1. I think it's probably gone that way of the scoreline as well. I know there's been some freakish things going on as well, but if you had told me there'd be 3 goals in the first half and none of them came from Invezi, Calvin, Devo and Connolly, you'd get pretty good odds on that. You would get pretty good odds on that. Anyway, it is MERCIER 2, EXITO 1. MERCIER second place, unbeaten in 7. Is it... I guess it's going slightly with form at the moment. I mean, there's hardly anything to separate these two sides. And don't forget EXITO as well are a VPG esports premier side as well, which, again, we're saying unbeaten in 7 for MERCIER. For EXITO to go unbeaten in 7 means they're going to be pushing past those top teams. So it's a bit more difficult for them to get a run going. However, close to the top of the league are MERCIER. EXITO are chasing in the league and they are chasing in this game. It is 2-1 to MERCIER. Second 45 minutes coming up now. Thomas for MERCIER. Edge of the box is Calvin looking for an exchange of passes. There's the gaffer Smudger. Quiet from him. He's not got that CDM responsibility anymore. But EXITO just not at the races so far. Alpi. Big switch asking a lot, so it will turn over to the EXITO gaffer. They need some magic. They need some inspiration from somewhere. Devo can be the magician if he wants to. Smudger on a booking. Did well not to dive in, but does lose possession. Slides it through. MXCR. Excellent interception. Bread Sheeran tries to muscle his way through. Does muscle his way through. Wanobi inside to Smudger. Finds Devo, but JS, one of the 3 centre-back goal scorers, wins it, and off they go. Invezi, 27 goals so far this season, gives it to Miller, up from CDM apparently. I think he might be playing a bit more central midfield than central defensive midfield. Sokra and Marta ahead of him as well, so 3 players who like to get forward. Is that going to be MERCIER's downfall? Are they going to let this EXITO side back into this game? EXITO are often, other than last night, often involved in some pretty epic clashes. They're often on Game of the Week. Miller sends a man for a Twix inside to Marta. Holds the ball up well. Outside is the outlet. Turns into trouble. And there we go. EXITO pick him off. For some reason, it's 1v1 at the back. But that one is JS. So quite clearly they know what they're doing. Muscled off it with that bruiser plus. And EXITO will have to go again. Smudger, 30 yards from goal. Finds Devo. Tries to slide it through. JS is there again. Making a very good argument for man of the match so far after 60 minutes. His side are in the lead. As they were for the majority of the first half. Smudger again, lots of space to operate in. This midfield 3 very close together. When do you think they put someone into the mix? Tommy playing a little bit higher now as well. Smudger loses out to Marta, but Chris C is there. It was his shot that was turned behind for the goal. Since then, he's barely touched the ball. Everything very central. And I tell you what, MERCIER have got players forward here. MXCR, it's a superb tackle in the nick of time as well. Tommy clears. JS down on the thigh, back to Liam. And they go long in turn as well. Nothing given in terms of scraps, so Smudger will pick it up. Long ball over the top. Finds the on-rushing Wanobi. Cuts back. Outside of the left boot. Heads it down. Conley takes it down. He's gone down. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. Excellent football from EXITO. And Connolly steps up. No questions asked. Oh, it's a save from Liam G. He's called his bluff. Minimal thinking time for Connolly, as you would expect of a man of his experience and his goal tally this season. But Liam G has looked him right in the eye and said, "Not today, sir." 20 minutes to go. It's 20 minutes for EXITO to dig something out of this game. That passage of play that led to the penalty should be enough for them, should be inspiring enough for them to know they can get something out of this. However, MERCIER desperate for these 3 points to keep the pressure on that top side, to keep the pressure on Black Sheep. And they've only got 17 more minutes to hold on. We should have known it wasn't going to be a goal because they should have let a centre-back take it. Specifically one of MERCIER's centre-backs. Tommy into Connolly. Exchanging passes with his gaffer, but JS is there again. Solidly my man of the match. Unless something drastic changes. Bread goes long, and he might get something on the end of it here, and they do! It's Sonny, it's another centre-back! They sent him up, and he's done the business! Bread Sheeran with a Hail Mary, the quarterback from left back, and it's another centre-back goal. And I tell you what, we saw a very, very similar goal to that. Connolly's gone down. Is that another penalty? It is another penalty. This game is about to turn on its head, potentially. Give it to a centre-back, Connolly. Chance to make amends. He does make amends. Goal number 18, and the turnaround is complete. EXITO now have 10 minutes to hold on. Can they do it? MERCIER look shell-shocked. They must be scratching their heads. Connolly goes down for another penalty, and this time makes no mistake. Wrongs have been righted. If you're an EXITO fan, if you're a Connolly follower, which we are, but you have to feel for MERCIER. Not done too much wrong. Near post is on. Connolly helps on his way. Liam G with the save. They've got to go. I mean, I said JS man of the match unless something drastically changes. Something did drastically change. It's no fault of his own, but it throws up a few question marks now. Can you give a centre-back man of the match after conceding 3 goals? I don't know. I don't know. Answers on a postcard, please. MERCIER. 2 minutes to get something, anything out of this game. Who thought we'd be saying that 5 minutes ago? Lumped in. Cali wins it. Miller to Marta. Back to Miller. Gives it to Invessi, the goal machine. Ashton. Oh, he's gone down. It's Crazy Seeds. It's the 3rd penalty of the night. Zod gives it away. The clearance off the line was superb. And now a chance to draw level in the absolute dying embers of this game. Steps up as we hit 90 minutes down the middle, and Dizzy saves it. He kept his cool. 3 penalties, only 1 scored. They can't convert, but it's not over yet. Chris C with the clearance. Connolly is going to run this in and out of danger. It's superb stuff from EXITO. It's a smash and grab, and I don't care what you say. 2-1 down with 13 minutes remaining. They turn it around to 3-2, courtesy of 2 penalties, one of which they missed. And then Dizzy goes down as the hero with that last minute save. I hope you stuck around for the whole of that, boys and girls. I have no idea how we're going to match that, but we'll certainly give it a go. We'll certainly give it a go. Commiserations, MERCIER. Like I said on comms, they must be scratching their heads. MERCIER 2, EXITO 3. Somehow. I kind of feel bad for Heritage and FENIX right now, because how do you match that? How do you match that? I'm just gonna leave you with the team sheets while we just gather our thoughts, really. We got 2 centre backs for our cameramen tonight. Right. Heritage, 6th place Heritage, taking on 10th place FENIX. Both sides look ready. Teagues, the cameraman, is just messing around with his build, so you know they're ready to go. Right, let's get into this then. The last 9 games for Heritage. Won 3, drew 3, lost 3. Perfectly balanced, as everything should be. And it's FENIX 1 win in 4. So neither of these sides oozing wins at the moment. 18th place in the E-Prem for Heritage. 14th place in the E-Prem for FENIX. Which, to be fair, I mean, I'm taking either one of those positions. Playing at the highest level in both EU and UK. Heritage versus FENIX. I said in the intro, we're two of our most watched sides over the last 3 years. They've played each other 15 times. 8 wins to Heritage, 5 wins to FENIX, and 2 draws. Played each other twice so far this season. A 3-2 win to FENIX. I wouldn't mind some of that. Or the 5 goals, that is, Heritage. And then a 3-0 win to Heritage after that. So I guess it's 1 apiece, but if we're talking about goals scored, goals conceded, and I guess Heritage are a little bit ahead. But all that goes out the window, truth be told, so I don't even know why I'm telling you. Because I've just noticed, and one thing I didn't do before tonight was look at the team sheets. Our boy V1 Sparta is back. And it's so strange. I almost messaged him the other day because I saw, whilst we were doing research for FENIX last week, when they lost against Oryx 2-1, I noticed he was in the team sheet for the first time. 2 GOAT goalkeepers. LMG is fantastic, by the way. V1 Sparta, the original GOAT. And Mad Bad Harky, Joe Boy Frantic. It's a back 4 of dreams. Parisi, by the way, sneaking into that top 3. Again, another player who I genuinely feel is underrated. He's starting to sneak into the best ranked. So I guess you can't call someone underrated as well. Dill is back in the team. A very quiet outing for him last Thursday. He'll be looking to change that now. He is their top rated player. Joe Boy second. The return of M West is what I want to see. Is why we're tuning in tonight. He partners the talisman for FENIX, Trey Robertson, who's having a breakout season this season. 16 goals, 11 assists. He was magic last week. Got a goal from the penalty spot as well. There's penalties left, right, and centre. We had a penalty shootout last night. Mads, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Always a pleasure. Toxic, Teagues, and Harry Newman are your top-rated players for Gala. The return of Don Unsal as well is enough to get me out of bed. But the strike partnership of Harry and Ryan, it's a strike partnership worth 20 goals. And it's the first time I've seen them play together on stream. So I'm looking forward to that. The return of Coldwell as well. The man who owes us a build. I'm going to message him after this as well. 2 very, very well matched sides. Gala had lofty ambitions this season. I think they'll be mad where they are in the E-Prem. 6th, I guess, in the UK Premier by their lofty ambitions. Slightly disappointing, but look, we are just over halfway in this season. There is plenty of VPG football left to play. And it starts tonight as 6th place Heritage take on 10th place FENIX. 10th place FENIX, by the way. It's the lowest ranked side we have on stream tonight, 10th place. So we got some bangers for you tonight. Speaking of bangers, Don Unsal's playing. Coldwell looking for striker's feet. Will find striker's feet. And Harry Newman forces the save out of one of the best in the business, V1 Sparta. And if you couldn't guess, it's FENIX in the all-white from right to left. And it's Gala, a.k.a. Heritage, in the all-black from left to right. They have the most possession and field position at the moment. Chaz, I can't do it, mate. I can't do it. Plus, you gave me some stick for the last one, so now I'm shy. Yeah, good start from Heritage. Off we go. Big switch. Dill, the danger man. The perceived danger man. Trey Robertson picks up the loose ball, but Spamming A is there. I don't know who Spamming A is. Is that Brillo? I think it is. It must be because it was a quality tackle. That's what he does. That and score goals. Although you would think we'd seen all of that today. Joe Boy. Mad Bad Harky. Both of his builds, by the way, are over on Baller Builds. Benny slides it in. There is Trey Robertson, and LMG plucks it out from the top corner. An early shot from the danger man, Trey Robertson. LMG equal to it early on. We've not even had a chance to talk about Teagues playing at centre-back. Something just feels so wrong about that. He had a Ballon d'Or-esque season at striker 3 or 4 seasons ago. And since then, he just seems to be going further and further back towards his own goal. Expect to see him in goal next season. Cowler wins it back for Phoenix. Over the top. Excellent ball. Brillo. Don't do this to me. Don't do it to me. Come on. Teagues just about keeps his connection stable. Serves him right for playing centre-half. Ryan Hay into Caldwell looking for striker's feet. Doom is there though. Goes all the way back to Spanner. Oh no! The cobwebs have not been shaken off just yet. It's been turned behind who I can only assume was Harry Newman chasing that one down. It is Heritage 1, Phoenix 0 from absolutely nothing. And I tell you what, we've seen some strange goals tonight already. But goals nonetheless. The neutrals among us will not be too bothered. The Sparta fans, slightly bothered. It's 1-0 to Heritage. Take nothing away from them. They have been on top. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Connor. Corner then to the Scotsman. A goal behind. Trey Robertson with the corner. M. West heads it back to Benny, dinks it in. Joe Boy is there, helped on by Frantic, and it's another centre-back goal. This time it's Mad Bad Harky. Go and get his baller build off our channel, and you'll see it's got some good finishing on it, as that was a fantastic finish. Knocked down by Frantic. Oh, I think originally Joe Boy knocked it down. Centre-back to centre-back, and a centre-back finish. Is this a theme we're seeing tonight? What a weird night. What a weird night. 1-1. Lots of goals, though. 7th goal of the night. Can't complain. Probably will complain. 25 minutes in. Don't forget, Heritage 3-2 losers against Phoenix earlier on in the season. Joe Boy intercepts and out it goes into touch. Heritage did respond though with a 3-0 win of their own, so these two sides, as we well know, very much rivals. The Don gives it to Ellis, scored on stream last time, playing at a oh, that's a ball. M. West, take a bow, son. He's played in his strike partner, cuts inside to that wide midfield, and it's 6s and 7s, boys and girls. Just when you thought Trey Robertson was going to pull the trigger, the man is in sensational form. You would expect him to pull the trigger. Sends it across to Dill, who, again, I just feel like he's desperately trying to get into the game. It almost felt like Trey Robertson was trying to get him into the game as well. It turned out to be an excellent tackle by JD and Brillo combining there. But that ball from M. West. Trey Robertson finds Frantic. I don't even need to say it. You can guess what position he plays. You can guess what position he plays. He absolutely steamrolled in there like a freight train. Frantic gets a goal and an assist inside 33 minutes. You better hope he's in your fantasy football team, boys and girls. Phoenix go ahead. 2-1, 34 minutes in. Goals galore tonight. Caldwell. The Don. Such a good player. Cowler, though, having a sensational game. As is this man. Trey Robertson holds off some very close attention. And Mad Bad Harky goes long. They're getting so much joy with these balls over the top. Benny into West, keeps it low. LMG equal to it, but it was tame in the end. And Phoenix, I mean, they're not going long. I don't want to use the word long. It's direct, but it's good. It's direct with a purpose. I tell you what, sometimes it's the best way to play in clubs. Is it the prettiest? No. Are you going to see Al Wahar and Fama doing it? Probably not. Are they beating one of the best teams in Europe? Yes, they are. 2-1 to Phoenix. 5 minutes to go till half-time. And don't forget what that goal looked like for Heritage as well. We won't talk about it, but Sparta wearing the number 10. That's fine, huh? He can do what he wants. Ball comes in, Frantic winning the ball in both areas. And for some reason, aerially, Heritage just not doing the business at the moment. Ellis forced to go back to Teagues. Pappy into Coldwell, looking for that ball over the top, but that is Mad Bad Harky's bread and butter. I tell you what, he almost made me look silly there. Goal kick to the Scotsman. We're just coming up, just creeping up to half-time now. Mad Bad Harky, I mean, he can do what he wants, but I tell you what, it's squared across, and this time Sparta has dug his side out. And specifically that man at the back who shall remain nameless, because I'm not going to call him out. But it's a warning. It's 2 warning signs for Phoenix. Ball comes in. Headed down. Still alive. And he can't keep it under his spell. So it will be a goal kick / halftime. And I tell you what, Phoenix, I think just maybe taking their foot off the gas a little bit towards the end there. They'll welcome halftime. Gala just getting a foothold back in for maybe the first time in a long time, truth be told, since going a goal ahead. To be a fly on the wall, not only the management staff at Gala, because a lot of the managing staff aren't there at the moment. They aren't in the team sheet. Whether or not they're waiting in the group chat, I don't know. So you're looking at your senior players, and I tell you what, looking around at that Gala side, they do not lack senior players. To be a fly on the wall during that conversation, because if they want to get up this league table, which they do, 6th place in UK Premier is no good for Heritage. Will they take it in lieu of a good VPG Esports Premier season? Yes, they will, but that's not ticking the way they thought it might either. So this is what they need to do, and they do exactly that. It is Ryan Hay with goal number 12 for the season, courtesy of Harry Newman. Assist number 10 for the season. And just like that, boys and girls, what I was saying, they are not the type of side to settle for anything less than 3 points. And that is exactly what they've set out to do in this second half. And that's exactly what they've done. 4 minutes in, they've got themselves level. However, Phoenix, to be honest, you can pretty much say the same about those guys as well. A team who probably play better in adverse conditions, aka being ahead, getting drawn back, having 10 men. I've seen them do it before. They love some adverse conditions. Dill loses out to Don Unsal. Coldwell into the latest goal scorer, not a centre-back, Ryan Hay. Here is Pappy. Excellent 40-yard raking pass. Finds Clubs. Tries to go round his man, but Dill there, the man who originally gave it away, tracking back 60 yards and wins it back for his side. Excellent work from him. M West picks up the loose ball into Doom. Good feet into Striker's feet. Helps it on its way. Dill, there's the man we've been missing. And all of a sudden, M West is through, and M West does what M West does best. Finds half a yard and hits the back of the net. Excellent turn of pace and an excellent finish. Low down, beyond the keeper's reach. And just like that, boys and girls, we've got our second 3-2 of the night. Delosa, I hope you are watching this. You'll never guess who picked the games tonight. Trey Robertson, Brillo, and JD doing their best to keep this Phoenix side out. But I tell you what, having already conceded 3, I think both of these sides might just go hell for leather. Expect more goals. The goal scoring is not done yet. The Don, because that man's on the pitch. Harry Newman. Oh, it's sensational stuff. It's V1 Spartan makes the save. He didn't need to, but he's got in the striker's head now. It was Clubs Coins getting on the end of that Tiki on that far side. Not Phoenix Tiki, by the way. But Gala just reminding you what they're capable of. I tell you what, some of these passes in the final third from Gala, it's sensational stuff. They win the ball back through Ryan Hay. Looking for edge of the box. Cowler's there having a good game, but he loses out as well. Frantic stuff. Dill playing as basically a left back at the moment. Teagues wins it, gives it to the Don. Always good. Always a good tactic. Give it to the Don. If in doubt, give it to the Don. Here he is. Over the top, looking for that Hollywood ball. Frantic clears. Trey clears. Teagues picks up the loose ball. Welcome in, Ducks. You've joined us at a good time. Brillo looking for striker's feet, won't find it, and out comes Dill, taking his sweet time. Doom did not take his sweet time and therefore gives it away. Plenty of grey shirts forward. Caldwell slides it through. Mad Harkey is there. It's like trying to play through a wardrobe. That man is a unit. Ball goes long. Jay wins it. Parisi picks up the loose ball. Phoenix Benny tries to go around the outside. Teagues versus Benny. Those two have been doing this dance for a long time. Teagues knew what he was doing. The Don turns on the halfway line, looking for that short pass. Just trying to keep possession for his side, but I think they need more right now. And another turn of pace from M West. So dangerous. Even when he's not scoring goals, he's still so dangerous. Him and Trey Robertson, a good strike partnership. Identical in that way. Dill. Oh, that's sensational stuff on that far side. Cuts inside. Goes round the outside this time. Draws in a foul. No, he does not. Dispossessed. Potentially illegally, but the referee waves play on. They've got 14 minutes to get something out of this game. They need another half-time team talk because the way they came out in this second half, it's looked a bit flat since conceding. Doom there. Superb work from him. Trey Robertson on the overlap is Dill, who is spamming that roulette button at the moment. Probably not to his manager's best wishes, but Phoenix win it back and they hit the corners, which, to be fair, I think is probably the best that they can hope for at the moment. They are digging in. And if they dig in and if they keep a clean sheet for the last 10 minutes, they would have taken all 3 points away from home to Heritage. Slides in behind. Mad Harkey clears. Good tracking from that man. Cowler can't keep it on, so it will be a Heritage corner. And we said they're struggling aerially this game. Can they prove me wrong, as many have done in the past? 4 men in the box. A fifth joining now, and here he is. Heads it down. Mad Harkey with the clearance, picked up by Trey Robertson. Benny holds it up. Goes down the line, but Pappy is there. Excellent work from him. Gala recycle. Ryan Hay just about gets it through. Caldwell into Pappy, looking for that near post. Picks up the loose ball, gives it to Pappy. Good save from V1 Sparta. It's excellent stuff from that man. Positioning, I mean, you can't teach that. You cannot teach it. He had to be in the right place at the right time. EA was not going to give him a save animation, so you just have to rely on experience, and I think he might be one of the most experienced goalkeepers on planet Earth. And notice how I said experienced? Not old. Ball comes in. Joe boy, another experienced man. He always gets strays. I'm sorry, Joe. Ball over the top. Dealt with by Ellis. 4 minutes to go. Gala knocking at the door. Caldwell looking to go forward. Stabs it goalwards. Headed down and over the bar. Courtesy of nothing. It was offside. Cowler in there with the block. Good evening, Olive. You're slightly late, and let it be a lesson to you. You've missed 10 goals. Ball goes long. 2 minutes to go. The Don, he's got 4 white shirts around him. That's usually what he's used to playing with. Pappy came so close only a few minutes ago. Caldwell out wide. It's got to go in, and it does go in. Looking for the back post. Benny is there. Clears. Trey Robertson picks up the loose ball. It goes over the top. They've got 30 seconds to do something with this ball. Teagues into Coldwell. It's got to go forward. It does go forward. They've got a spare man over. They win the knock-on, but Dill completes it. And is that going to be time? Yes, it is going to be time. 5 goals. Another 5 goals. And another 5-goal thriller. FENIX doing what FENIX do best against Heritage, apparently, and beating them 3-2 for the second time this season. I mean, we said good luck to Heritage and FENIX trying to beat that first game. Did they beat it? They definitely equaled it. They definitely equaled it. And now we set the same challenge to the next 2 teams. We'll watch some of these goals. We set the same challenge to MISA and MBD, who are next up. The finish from M West. What a player. What a player. It very much is a case of come on down if you think you're hard enough. Because we've had 10 goals already tonight. And we're only 2 games in. So long may that continue. I'm going to get some water because, truth be told, we normally get 10 goals a night. Thank you very much, by the way, Teagues. I mean, your side just got beat and you're scrolling through the highlights. That makes you a much better man than me. A much, much better man than me. Everybody knows Teagues is a better man than me. That's why it's why he's one of the favourites around the club's community. Right, let me just check where MISA and MBD are. We've got time. We have got time. And Karen watching knows if we really want to. We'll talk about the 2 teams in a second. And we'll get the league table up as well, because that is it for the UK Premier. 2 games, 2 of the best. And I said it in commentary. Aaron Delosa, if you are watching, you just let me pick these games, boy. You let me pick them. And I will bring you goals. There's me taking all the credit for this. It makes no sense. Right. 2 sides that are very good at clubs. It is the Monstars of clubs of the VPG Esports Premier, MISA Esports, aka Old Alte from last season, taking on NBD. They're not aka anyone, they are just aka a very good side, aka early season favourites, or one of 3 perhaps. And when you look at that side, I mean, to be fair, you can look at both of these sides and say, yeah, if either one of those sides wins the league, I get it. I get it. And to be quite frank, I keep saying, and I will keep saying, this season, the quality of the teams has been so stretched over a lot of sides. And what I mean by that is, normally, we kind of know which one of 3, maybe 4 teams are going to win the league. This season, I genuinely think any one of kind of 10, 12 teams, if they win it, I would not be surprised. MBD currently top, 1 loss in 27 games, including 18 wins in that time. MISA, 5 wins in their last 5, 1 loss in 19, and I can see they've just won a game as well, so make that 1 loss in 20 and 6 wins in 6. Something has got to give. Something has got to give between these 2 sides, and I don't know what it is. I genuinely can't call it, because when you match up the sides here, it's just like for like. Festic and Capone versus Alvaro and Dieguito. Yada, Kenny, Mookie. Hillem. Alvarez, Guto. Danny Vera versus Wakabashai. It's good. It's good. We'll start to get specific, shall we? Yanis. Go and check out his baller build. He has got 36 goals in 45 games with 17 assists. And then his strike partner, Robbins. Everybody knows Robbins. 25 assists and 19 goals. That strike partnership is one of dreams. Joeli, you're never late, mate. Technically you are late, but you're never late to me. Welcome in, welcome in. And just as impressive, and it's something that we've said about the old Mad Army side, it's something that we say about the current Al Waha side. Getting goals from wide midfield. Just letting them know we're ready to go. Getting goals from wide midfield is essential in this game. If you don't do that, and your strikers for whatever reason are being marked out of the game, or there's a low block, I don't think you'll be too successful. Morad, 21 goals from right midfield this season. 21. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Highest goal scorers in the league at MBD. They've got 51 goals in 22 games. And like I said, unbeaten in 27. MISA Esports, like I said, 5 wins in 5 or 6 in 6. 1 loss in 20. So both of these sides, whoever loses tonight is going to be mad. They're not used to losing. Which means it's probably going to be a draw, eh? Let's have a look at some of the stats. Alvarez. Again, another player who I would consider to be... You can't really be underrated in playing for MISA Esports, right? But a very, very good centre-back. And you wouldn't be a good player if you're not playing. You wouldn't be a good player if you're playing in this league. But this man continuously drops 9s and 10s on stream. And he is their top performer this season. So big shout out to Alvarez. And then it is the aforementioned Dieguito and Alvaro in centre midfield. Their second and third highest rated players. And they've got Guard Baigo in CDM, who I genuinely think, I don't know, because you've got Nair, you've got Festic who can play CDM. How do you... There's too many good players here. Big Pewee, help me out. Help me out, mate. Mookie's here. Every time Mookie's playing, Big Pewee turns up. Is that the reason? You've got no desire to listen to me, have you? You just want to see Mookie. I'm on to you. I am on to you. Gyro and Beast on 9 goals apiece. Not so much the goal scoring exploits from that Giannis and Robbins partnership, but don't forget, or if you didn't know, I'll inform you, VPG France does kick off, I think it's a week earlier, or maybe even 2 weeks earlier than the rest of the league. So normally you will see the French players who have got slightly higher stats in terms of goals and whatnot. We'll try and break it down for the Esports Premier actually, but Giannis and Robbins will have a lot of goals in that as well, so don't worry about that. Let me go and check on the two sides because they should be ready to go. Yada is the man supposed to be streaming. He's not streaming. Hopefully they're on. Just double check that because they did try and reschedule tonight, but they didn't do it in time, so we forced them to play. So just making sure they are actually still around. MISA, however, as you can well see, they are raring and ready to go. A slight change actually from the sheet. Canella, no it's not. Canella's playing left midfield. I didn't even pick that one up. One thing I did say about tonight is that I didn't actually see the team sheets before we started, which I actually quite prefer. I quite prefer that because V1 Sparta playing in the last game was like Christmas morning coming down and seeing that. But it is Carlos and Canella on those wide flanks for MISA. Let's have a look. No, please feel free. You're on my Twitch, so it's absolutely fine. Yeah, what's going on with the beta, and can I play? Very selfishly and more importantly, can I play, or do I have to come and watch you? I'll come and watch you, it's fine. Get someone who knows how to play the game. Worryingly, no response from MBD. Let's go and tag some of his pals. They did send over their team sheet. Tell you what, Big Pew, I'll tag Mookie. I'll tag Mookie. He'll respond. Well, they've got 4 minutes. Otherwise, they're in a spot of trouble. All of the MBD guys are now replying. Next month is the beta, but you don't know when. Do you guys have the beta? You lot, like you and Marso and all that malark. MBD have lost a player, so they need to find a replacement. I mean, to be fair, they'll have a queue around the block of people willing to play. Me being one. For sure. For sure. Right, well. I don't know who they're going to replace, but maybe it might be Yada, which would explain why he's not streaming, I guess. I'll go and try his link again. You don't really know. Yada's playing. The missing man is Tutku, which is a real shame. Because he was originally signed for Al Waha. And then he came across to NBD. And now he's got a chance to play on the big screen. And his electricity is gone. And we were talking about how important the wide midfielders are in this game. And they've just lost one of theirs. I mean, Murad was the player that we did say was in form. I'm not casting aspersions. I'm not saying it. We have access to closed beta on PC. The game's changed a lot. I'm not sure. Is that a good thing? You tell me, Joelle. You tell me, and I'll make sure if you've got VODs up, I'll make sure to catch either you or Marso or both. Or both. What formation? 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1. 3-1-4-2. To be fair, I mean, the players getting put into these formations doesn't really mean much, because if you want to go forward, you go forward. But as you can see, there's your two. I do think we'll stay with Alvarez because he's a centre midfielder. Sorry, Alvaro, not Alvarez. Alvarez is a centre half. We'll stick with Alvaro as soon as MBD can find a man. I mean, I'm not sure what their roster's like. I'm not sure what they've got in terms of replacements. Can you imagine top of the VPG Esports Premier having to play with 10 men? Perish the thought. These two have played each other already this season, so this is the potentially the last time they'll play each other. I'm not sure if it's in the Champions League or whatnot, but a 1-0 win for NBD sounds like a VPG Esports Premier game, to be fair. Canella playing left midfield on a Magician build. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. If he drops a 10 out of 10 here, boys and girls, we'll go and get the build. Because my comments, my Discord has been going crazy asking for a wide midfielder Magician build. And I didn't think it existed. So there you go. Shows you how much I know. Where's Yada? Yeah, I agree, Monzaki. I couldn't agree more, mate. Someone is coming. We don't have our left midfielder. Quote, unquote. It's not me saying that. Pato's in. They're just missing Capone, aren't they? Let me just get rid of this geezer. There we go. Get out of my pub. Yeah, Pato's coming. I'm not sure who Pato is, truth be told. Whether or not it's a name we're aware of, but Murad on one side, Pato on the other. But now they are missing Capone, of course. So, and MISA now officially well within their rights to to ask the question of a default. We are 1 minute late officially. I'm sure they won't. There is Capone. Right, we can get this show on the road. Look, boys and girls, we've had 10 games. It feels like 10 games. We've had 10 goals in 2 games. I'm sure this will be worth the wait. And just to confirm, after this, NEOM versus All-Star. Shells-inspired All-Star. All the big names for you. NEOM, I genuinely think, might be the team we've watched the most this season. Genuinely think they might. Stat 6th place, plays 8th place. NEOM, Champions League semi-finalists. And it's the Champions League semi-final tomorrow, boys and girls. And the final. Live on this channel. On Twitch and YouTube, by the way. So make sure you tune in for that. The usual time, around about 8 o'clock. I think it might be a little bit later. So the best thing for you to do is to subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And then turn on your alerts. Because it's the only way to track us, boys and girls. What's the best German team in VPG? That's a good question. So you've got Digital and you've got Rote in terms of German teams off the top of my head. Speaking of the top of my head, my head is actually in the way. Rote and Digital not necessarily flying the flag for you boys at the moment. However, as I always say, it's a league full of killers, and they are two I would consider world-class sides. Going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. But yeah, they're probably, again, off the top of my head, they're my go-to. The German VPG is brilliant, by the way. Really, really good. Right, some reason MISA now have gone. MISA, I'm not sure what they're doing. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. I won't. I mean, we can see here that they've got full 10. Full 11. God, he's even got me convinced. I'm trying to give them some privacy, but also I need to fill you guys in with what's going on, what's being said and whatnot. Like I said, you know, they've taken the full 15 minutes, so I guess by the letter of the law, they are within their rights. But let's not be calling defaults. Let's just play against. They saying 10 men. I count 11 and I don't understand. I'm very confused, unless they know something I don't know. MISA Esports. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Boys and girls, we almost didn't get it. Thank you, MISA, and good luck to both sides, of course. Whew. Right, I'll need to let NEOM and All-Star know that we're going to be late for that one as well. It's never a dull day, eh? Right, this will be worth it. 100% this will be worth it. MISA Esports in the all-orange kit from left to right. 4th place in the league, the Monstars of VPG, taking on top of the league, NBD, in a game that they made us wait for. And a game we don't have to wait for anymore. Robbins wins it back for the league leaders, and off they go. Alvarez at the back for MISA. 4th place MISA, 6 wins in 6, only 1 loss in 20 games. New signing, Cherky, aka Pato. Oh dear, boys and girls. Yada at the back for NBD. Yada picks it back up again. Big switch. There's Pato. Sorry, I got them the wrong way around. Robbins. Down the line it goes, running the channels is Festic of all people. Didn't expect to see that. Gives it back to Robbins, 18 yards out, moonwalks his way through the defense. EXITO is usually Cherky, so I imagine that's him. Once again, I'm asking you politely to just use one name, please, please. EXITO, presumably. Who is playing left midfield? Canella. It might be him. Gyro into Alvaro, looking for Gyro again. Kenny, the former Fama man, concedes the corner. MISA, 10 minutes. First chance for them to turn the screws, perhaps. 3, 4, 5 orange shirts to aim at now. Committing a lot of men to this corner kick. And they take their sweet time with it as well. Gyro, you don't normally see that from Wakabashai. Alvaro picks up the loose ball, goes past his man, thinks about swinging it in, instead keeps it low, gives it to Gyro, swings it in, and for some reason Carlos has won the ball very high up. Beast with the shot, Mookie with the block, much to Big Pewie's delight. And Guto and co recycle for MISA nicely. MISA on top so far. Alvaro looking for the runner in behind. Murad, 21 goals this season, back defending. It's really is pinball at the moment. MBD, league leaders, serves them right for wearing a Spurs kit because they are up against it right now. Canella. Kenny deals with it. Murad. Big switch by Capone. Nair. Capone. Nair. Tries to go past Alvaro. I'm not sure what the CDM's thinking there. And that's why you've got Capone, Festic, and Nair all in one team, because they can all play CDM and they can all play centre midfield. Interchangeable stuff. Speaking of which, Capone looks to turn provider as Danny Vera comes out. Claims it for MISA. 20 minutes in. No goals so far. We've been spoilt so far tonight. A bit of a chess match so far, and a chess match which I believe MISA have maybe taken a few more pawns, but a chess match nonetheless. 4th place MISA on the attack once again, patiently probing into guard by Goat, aka Koku. Festic steps in, but there's only one man ahead of him. Alvarez steps out, gets past him. Yanis cannot find his strike partner, and again you can see the frustration as they put in that naughty little slide tackle. Murad wins it back. I'd like to see more of this man as well. I'd like to see more of MBD getting the ball and going forward, which they've not been able to do so far. Festic to Robbins. Gives it back to Yanis. Turns in the box. Gets the shot of Danny Vera equal to it. Turns it behind for NBD's first corner. Excellent play from Yanis. He looks like a real live wire. And rightly so as well. 36 goals this season as Carlos clears from the near post. Picked up by Alvaro. And I tell you what, look at all these orange shirts pouring forward. Looking for the ball over the top. Just about dealt with by MBD. Good defending in the end because that looked dangerous at one point. Canella with the step over. Through to Alvaro. Outside of the right boot. Once again, it goes to the back post. And once again, there's nobody there for MISA. And I tell you what, that is worrying. What's more worrying is it looks like Gyro has been disconnected, boys and girls. So for all of MISA's waiting for MBD to get 11 men, they've now got 10 men themselves. Robbins, that's superb work from Alvarez. More on that Gyro story as it develops. I would be surprised if we saw him back in this game. Once again, I am begging to EA to get that sorted. Short ball. No one picking up. Capone swings it in. Danny Vera can only punch. Guard by Goat down the line. There is confirmation that It is lights for Gyro. Current Ballon d'Or, Gyro. We don't get to see him because EA said. Ball over the top. Yada takes a touch and takes a chance. Whacker first time. MBD smelling blood at the moment, although MISA are the ones who might be able to cause the damage, and they do. It's Beast's 10th goal of the season. Fires it into the top corner, and Clubs is a funny little game, isn't it? MISA go a goal up at a time where NBD were really starting to get a foothold in this game for the first time, where their talisman, their top goal scorer, although not their top goal scorer anymore, Beast, that puts him on 10, one ahead of Gyro. Just as they were ruined, Gyro getting disconnected, Beast steps up. Welcome to the stream, Beast. Robbins with the shot. Carlos, overhead clearance. Festic picks up the loose ball. MBD looking to cause some damage before half-time. Remember, boys and girls, 1 loss in 27 games for the boys in white at the moment. And they are committing a lot of bodies forward here, and MISA stands strong. And again, when you're building these Monstar type teams that MISA have done here, they've cherry-picked some of the best players in the world. Balance is always massive. And this team, I'll tell you, is very well balanced. That back four, guard by Goat in front of the back four as well. Even the wide midfielders, the likes of Carlos, they know their defensive duties. They're not just wingers. They're wide midfielders. They're going to take some breaking down. However, Yanis might be the man to do it. Murad also, we know he loves a goal as well. Cuts inside. EXITO there, clears, and confirmation that it will be at halftime. MISA Esports 1, NBD 0. The league leaders a goal down at halftime, but MISA a player down at halftime. Gyro disconnected before halftime. So this game is quite well balanced in that respect. But MISA, I mean, they started off the strongest by far. And it wasn't until MBD started to get a foothold in the game that they went and scored. So it's a strange old game. It's a strange old game, is Clubs. And look, it's completely and utterly different from what we've seen so far tonight in terms of goals. 2 lots of 5-goal thrillers. I do genuinely think there's going to be, if not goals, a lot of goal mouth action. Wakabashai and Danny Vera, 2 of the best in the business, unfortunately for us. But also the back lines as well are just crazy good. So expect to see some good attacking play, but probably expect to see some defending out of the top drawer. And that is halftime in a nutshell. So off we go. MBD attacking his goal to our right in the Spurs kit. And they've kind of made their own bed choosing Spurs. Here is Gyro, the bot. Alvaro into EXITO, loses out. Capone takes one for the team. Canella, good work, to be fair, because they are off. MISA 1, top of the league, NBD 0. Switch from Capone. Mookie into Festic's feet. Inside to Nair. Those 3 combining so well. MBD looking red hot right now. Pato. Edges. Capone. Nair. Patience is the key right now as Festic sends a man for a hot dog. And another man. Nair, seen a lot of the ball. Tries to break that line. Can't do so. EXITO clears. Only the bot to chase. It's going to come straight back at MISA. MISA almost making their game plan clear here. 2 banks of 4. And defend for our lives. And they're going to need to if they want to get something out of this. It's not every day you find yourself in a place potentially being top of the league. Yanis takes that ball under his spell. Good first touch. Guto is there. Slams the door firmly in his face. But it's not over yet. Murad to the ever dangerous Yanis. Nair slides it through to Robbins. Carlos loses it out. Nair once again. Pato picks up the ball. Squares it across. It's Yanis. And there is the goal that MBD desperately craved. And it's come courtesy of 37 goal a season striker Yanis. That man is red hot right now. NBD given a lifeline in this tie. MISA. I mean, it just shows 15 minutes of sheer defending. Undone by a red-hot little Frenchman. 60 minutes in, it's 1-1. MBD very much in the ascendancy now, because I'll go back to the biggest talking point. It is that disconnection from Gyro. MBD looking tasty right now. A complete role reversal. Nair. ELM does very, very well, and for some reason, I genuinely think he's tried to hook that ball across rather than take the man down, because it doesn't make any sense. But Robbins picks up a book in there. And MISA, just, to be honest, I'm sure the chat's going crazy at the moment, just telling each other to calm down, because they had a very good first half, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall. Passes getting picked off, and MBD are just purring at the moment. Here is Capone basically playing as a right winger. Festic. Nair playing as a cam. Guard by Goat back there. They've only got one outlet ball, and it's starting to show for MISA. And I feel bad for them, I really do. Especially as we had all that drama. And MISA, you know, they didn't really have to play this game, truth be told. They did it out of the kindness of their hearts. And then EA has let them down, basically. Again, it's a funny little game. Not for MISA right now. But they do have Alvarez. Into touch it goes. 20 minutes to go. 1-1. A draw could be a fair result here. But a draw is not what MBD need. They are top of the league, and they are being hunted down by several teams. One of which being Fama, who we saw win 8-1 last night. I won't tell you who the victim of that was, just out of respect, but a very respectable and very good team. So MBD will want no slip-ups here, as EXITO gets megged. You don't see that very often. Yanis beats one. Finds Robbins, who finds the back of the net. That front two combining once again. In other news, water is wet. One from Yanis, one from Robbins. His 20th of the season. NBD complete the turnaround, boys and girls. With 15 minutes left to go, it's NBD's turn now to find out what they're going to do with the lead. MISA thought they could sit back in. MISA thought wrong. Now, what have they got in response? Mookie clears. Guard by Goat back in, looking for the CPU of Gyro. I mean, if you're ever going to have a CPU, it might as well be Gyro. It doesn't help them right now at all. There was the match winner. Robbins looking for the ball in behind. Gets the ball in behind. Suckers the man in, but it is Hilem who's got a wealth of experience at the back. More than happy to be suckered in. 3v3. Carlos makes it 4v3. Slides it through to Guto of all people, and Yada comes across. Excellent tackle. There is Exhibit A of excellent defending. Guto up once again. Cleared. And they've got Gyro on corners, so the bot just took the corner. It's so frustrating for MISA. You have to feel for them. You really do. Guard by Goat wins it again. Kenny wins the second ball. Yanis takes it down under his spell. Excellent work from him. Kenny, big switch of play. 6 more minutes for the Frenchman to hold on. NBD, top of the table. 1 loss in 27 games. About to make it 1 loss in 28 games unless Beast and Co can do something here. Guto's having a fantastic game as an emergency striker. The gaffer, Alvaro, dumps it in. Pato does well. The late call-up. Beast beats one. Slides it through. They might go on the end of it, but Wakabashai comes out. Claims it. Safe as houses. That is what you want to see as a defender, is your goalkeeper rushing out, claiming it. Carlos wins it. Down the line it goes, but it's not going to be an orange ball because Mookie is there. Sends it 90 yards in the complete opposite direction. Guard by Goat is the last man. That's who you want as your last man, to be fair. Sweeps up nicely. Beast dumps it into the box. There are plenty of orange shirts in there. On the volley. What an effort that was. Blocked. Goalkeeper's up. Danny Vera wins it, but that is all she wrote, boys and girls. NBD complete the turnaround. 1-0 down at halftime. And I tell you what, MISA have got every right to be annoyed, to feel disheartened. I've probably got a message in the Discord, and I do feel for them. I really do. Take nothing away from MBD. Take nothing away from them at all. Giannis and Robbins, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. But I think the tail of the tape there, the underlying story, I don't want to take anything away from the win, but it's slightly controversial. I can't lie. Congratulations to MBD, of course, top of the league, unbeaten in 28 games now. Sorry, 1 defeat in 28 games now, 19 wins in those 28. MISA succumbed to their second loss in 21 games. Commiserations to MISA. Right. No all-star stream, so we are stuck in 720 for the last game of the night. And this is what we've got for you. The main event of the evening. All-Star. Welcome back, All-Star. And to be fair, the aptly named All-Stars, because they've got a lot of quality in that team. Players to look out for: Valdi, superb. I mean, Sephiroth, Troyer as well. Lage making a real name for himself in goal too. Ju, superb, a real goal threat from wide midfield. Same with Chris. Brotini and DeFreezy again talking about central midfield pairings. Not too bad at all, is it? But that strike partnership is what excites me the most. Shells and Jordi El Nino. And it's not a strike partnership that has been oozing goals. But in a league where you would bite someone's hand off for a 1-0, for a 2-1, we just saw it. It's very, very rare you find players who are banging in real goals unless they score a lot in their native leagues. And for some reason, these guys maybe not playing in Italy at the moment. Judging by 1, the amount of goals they've scored, and 2, the amount of goals they've played. For example, Shell's just 18 games so far this season, whereas a lot of the French boys, Shisui Shiki's played 56, for example. So you see where I'm coming from. 3 in 18 for Shells this season, and 7 goals, 5 assists for Jordi. Here's their top goal scorer. DeFreezy top assister on 7. Speaking of NEOM, again, 1 loss in 17 games. And when you think about how many times we've streamed them this season and how many times they have not won, that makes it all the more impressive. And looking across this side, again, the likes of Dilvix, Tico Beast, who scored a fantastic free kick in that 3-0 win against GSK last Thursday. Jacko in and amongst the goals as per usual, 33 goals, 15 assists this season. And Dilvix is probably the man that I want to highlight for this NEOM side. If he can find space in the midfield, he'll run the game. NEOM are at home as well, so they've got that advantage. But I think all eyes on the strike partnerships tonight. Warren Beast, Jacko LFC, Shells, and Jordi. I mean, Jordi, again, you cannot be underrated if you play in the VPG Esports Premier. Yet, for some reason, I just don't think he gets the praise that he probably should. And you should see tonight how good that man is. I think he's a brilliant talent, brilliant player. And again, this is what you get in the VPG Esports Premier. It's just killers for days. It really, truly is. 6th plays 8th. So none of these sides in the top 5 yet. You saw those two lineups. That's what we're dealing with, boys and girls. I think they're going to come out because someone's missing. Dilvix puts a naughty tackle in. Yeah, they will be coming back out, and I don't blame them. No controversy so far, so that's good. We don't talk about any controversy. I'm just going to see if there was a message. There wasn't a message, and fair play to MISA. They didn't have to play. I'm not going to get stuck on it. I'm not going to get stuck on it, but it does give us a little bit more time to talk about these two sides. Like I said, Shisui Shiki, by the way, centre-back, as you can see, one of the best in the world. 56 games played. 19 goals. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. How? Shisui Shiki, talk us through it. Talk us through it, please, because I need to know. I need to know. Right. I think All-Star are having issues tonight. Italy are having issues tonight. So we might jump ship. Which is a shame, because I just spent the last 5-10 minutes talking about the quality of these two sides, which is a real shame. A real shame. What I will go and do in the meantime, I'll let them maybe try and jump into a game whilst I go and find potentially another game as an emergency. Bear with me. We've got a list of... I mean, we've got plenty to choose from. So it shouldn't be an issue. I'll see if these guys can get in. But I think All-Star are struggling, so do not be surprised if this one is a non-starter. These two sides, I mean, I'm just reading the chat now. It's kind of frosty, and I'm looking across, and they've already played each other twice this season, by the way. Which might explain it. Once in the Esports Premier, once in the UEFA Champions E-League. Not UEFA, by the way, sorry. Champions E-League, don't sue us. A win apiece. A win apiece. They're asking to swap over the hosts. And I'm not sure if they're able to do that with a game already being played. I think they're going to try and get him. They're going to try, and then inevitably, we're going to go and find another game. And I think that's how this one's going to go down, boys and girls, which is a real shame. Which is a real shame. Are you sure there's no sound? Because that does not feel like... what should be going on right now. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's... I don't know, actually. Have we... I feel like we've had this before. Is there absolutely no sound? Right. Hopefully, this works. Someone else didn't get in again. It's... yeah, they're stopped. They ain't playing. We'll go and find something else, boys and girls, because it ain't happening. It ain't happening. Right. Out we come. In we get. Awad 2-0 up already. Besiktas maybe. Surely. That could be their second game. We might not get a second game here, boys and girls, because of that third game was so long. We've seen FENIX tonight. NEOM are no good. That might be the final nail, I guess. We've got Black Sheep versus Class. Is that a thing? On 720p. Why is everyone on 720p tonight? Let me just double check this to make sure. This is actually an official game, which I think it is. In the VPG Esports Premier. Class versus Black Sheep is your fourth and final game of the night. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Right, Black Sheep are a goal to the good. Top of the UK Prem are Black Sheep as Lee Jacko heads home, Chrome Wolf in net tonight. Class from right to left. I mean, we're about to change that now with halftime anyway, but Sentinel playing in CDM. Rocky cuts inside, fired against Eyebaster of all people. There's a blast from the past. Yeah, we're recovering, boys and girls. We are recovering. We're trying. We've had a couple of things go wrong tonight. Jeez. Someone said no sound on YouTube, so I'm just going to check that quickly. Which to do so, I need to keep talking, which is not very helpful. Yeah, I'm fine. Who's lying then? We're trying. I mean, I feel like there's never any sound on Twitch for some reason. I have no idea. What's happening, Big Pewee? What is happening? That's a very good question. We are still in, so I'll pop it over here so it makes it look like we are still in. No NEOM All-Star. All-Star are getting some really bad ping, really bad lag. All Italian sides are apparently. It happens every so often. But it is what it is. We get the second half of Class versus Black Sheep anyway. And Sentinel playing CDM apparently, which, I mean, there's two Sentinels, so what do I know? Eyebaster has the shot. Koblerone in net for Class tonight. Interesting. There's a lot of interesting things happening tonight. Lindsay Heaps playing for Class as well. Moved over from MZ so still playing in the VPG Esports Premier. Queso into Class Doyle, but Black Sheep win it back. Over the top it goes, all the way home it goes to Koblerone, who is in net for Class tonight. They've swapped over, so they are right to left now in the Malaga kit, that traditional blue and white. Bailey into Usama. How on earth have they signed that man? Ben Bulmer, there's a man we know very well. Sentinel loses out. Class Doyle 2, new signing, Lindsay Heaps. We have just had the transfer window as well, boys and girls, don't forget. So that would probably explain why there's so many new signings around, so many shock signings. Bailey, not a shock whatsoever. Stalwart in this Black Sheep side. They are a goal to the good and could make it 2 here with Ben Bulmer. Good block. Clearance comes in. Picked up at the back by Lee Jacko. And the gaffer Fletch will help it on its way. Nothing ahead, so they have to switch it. 56 minutes gone. Class still chasing this 1-0 deficit. Fletch, the gaffer. And Chapman has pinched the pocket. There's two Sentinels, and I don't really know what to say about that. I have absolutely no idea what's happening. Viper into Lindsay Heaps. Slides it through to Class Doyle. Heaps picks up the loose ball. Gets the shot off. Good block. Over it goes for a corner. Class. A chance to keep this pressure on. Via a corner. Only 30 minutes to go. We did come into this one late. We did miss the goal. No idea who scored, but it's Black Sheep. We know that. Viper does well. Back out to the original corner taker. Lindsay Heaps swings it in. Agony again for the umpteenth time. We might have come in late, but we've seen them make a lot of clearances already. Fletch goes long and straight. Heaps seeing a lot of the ball early on. Manages to just about squeeze it through to Queso, another player who has impressed so far this season. RSM versus Oryx. I would love an early game. A late game, Bluey. I would absolutely love it. I feel like we deserve it, truth be told. But if I go against what the man says, that I worry for my job. I'll be watching in spirit. Put it that way. Viper. Cap into Big Smoke Migan, but Agony is there again. Strong contender for man of the match, of course. Usama, what a signing that is for the Brits. Usama and Ben Bulmer up front. Ben Bulmer just sent a man down the shot for a can of Coke, but Big Smoke is there. Corner for the leaders. And just like that, another 10 minutes has gone by for Class, who have looked good in possession, just not created too much. Corner. Ben Bulmer on the corners. You know how I feel about strikers taking corners. Come on. Picks it up. Back sticks is the one. Good clearance. See, Brennan picks up the loose ball. Big Smoke squeezes it through to Lindsay Heaps. We know that man can pick a pass, and he does. Good 1, 2, 3, 4. Rocky. Looking for striker's feet. Bailey with a very, very good and important interception, and Cap does well. Black Sheep are not a side who defend for their lives, as it were. They know not of game management. Their game management is, can we get another goal here? Which does leave them susceptible, but also lets them attack like this. Eyebaster into Bailey's feet, looking to go in behind. Coxie is there, but Senti picks up the loose ball. Bailey slides it through. Eyebaster keeps it low, and that is what you get, boys and girls, with this Black Sheep side. They know no fear. Their game plan is, we will score more than you, deal with it. And so far, so good. With 13 minutes left to go, they are definitely scoring more than their opposition. Although, Queso, what a diving header that is! Van Persie-esque at the back post. That man is having a brilliant breakout season. What a diving header that is. One for the scrapbook. The game has come alive now. 2-1. Black Sheep have their lead halved. And Class are not finished yet. Senti, or one of two Sentis. Deep lying Senti into Eyebaster, who's already got a goal, and now he's got an assist. Gives it to advanced forward Senti, and there is Black Sheep's third. They restore that 2-goal lead, fired home from 3 yards. Eyebaster, the architect, one of the two Sentis, the clinical finisher. Class, back to the drawing board then. Back to the drawing board. Take nothing away from that Queso diving header, but I think he would swap that for a point here. Or maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he wouldn't. Senti, one of two. Finds, of course, Eyebaster again, but Queso and Eyebaster, you can't keep those two out of the limelight at the moment. Class need the ball back. And they need the ball back yesterday if they want anything out of this game. They do get it back, but they can't keep it. Deep lying Sentinel. Eyebaster sends a man for a can of Coke. Queso took that personally. Wins it back. Ben Bulmer of Pro Club's weekly LaBerry fame scored an absolute bucketful last season. 30+ goals for that man last season. Wearing the PCW LaBerry shirt. What a hero. Now playing in the VPG Sports Premier. We taught him well. Lindsay Heaps. Never say never. Especially with this forward line and these players in behind. Speaking of which, Queso, what a block by the gaffer, leading by example. Fletch goes to ground, blocks the shot that was going goalwards. I think that might be done and dusted. If that one didn't go in, they might have officially run out of time. The goalkeeper comes for it. Viper keeps it alive, swings it in. Agony is there again. I'll tell you what, he might very well be man of the match from what we've seen. It is going to trickle out, and it is going to be eventually when the goalkeeper puts them out of their misery. When the referee puts them out of their misery, it finishes. Black Sheep 3, Class 1 in a game we had no right of coming over to watch. Commiserations to Class. Look, you kept us entertained in the second half of that second half, and we thank you for it. We came over with no house and no home, with nowhere to go. You took us in from the cold. So thank you very much. Black Sheep go marching on. Like I said, they are top of the UK Premier. I mean, we can go and find out where they are in the Esports Premier, which might be a good thing to look at. Where are they? I'm not hiding them, am I? Surely not. Black Sheep 21st. I mean, they'll bite your hand off for 3 points then. Takes them on to 26th level with Stranua on a run of form. We love Stranua. But Class, disappointing for them then. 9th place. 34 points. I tell you what, we might just have a look at this as well. Class, always the bridesmaids. 3 points behind Black Sheep in that VPG UK Premier as well. Is this going to be their season? Surely a bit of a body blow tonight. Even if it is in the other league, it still hurts. It still hurts. I'll leave you with the highlights because we didn't actually see the goal. So that's actually really, really helpful. You know, watching myself, I was zoned out there. I guess I'll say my goodbyes. Boys and girls, join us tomorrow on this YouTube, on this Twitch. It is the VPG Champions E-League semi-finals ×2, and then your two-legged final. Do not miss it. I might put a suit on for it. And make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you follow. Turn notifications on, because tomorrow we're starting anywhere between, I think it's 8 and 8:45. It's not been decided yet. So turn on notifications. Make sure you're subscribed, because I know a lot of you on YouTube. I checked the stats for the first time yesterday. A lot of you are not subscribed. So get subscribed. Do me a favor. And then turn the bell on, because I don't know when I'm going to be here, so I can't confirm. Do not miss that, though. 4 massive teams. Black Sheep will be here. Black Sheep, NEOM, Al Waha, and Velocity X are your 4 sides. So join us tomorrow, and then again on Thursday as per usual. 4-day week for me. Getting too old for this. Come keep me company tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your night if you've still got games on like RSN and Bluey and all that lot. Cheerio, thank you for keeping me company, and see you tomorrow.